Sending money in space can take literally light years. Cross-planet payments. An intermittent graph interlacing Einstein's theory of relativity for astronauts or anyone else traveling in space. Space. The next place to be.
What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. So, hope everyone had a great weekend. It's Monday, back on the grind. If we have a look at what's going on, we're seeing some red across the board. Nothing too major. We're only at 209 billion overall market cap. We do have Tether up though. Tether 99 cents. We're almost back to $1. If we have a look at the biggest gainers of the day, we have Ravencoin up another impressive 50% on the day, which makes it up almost 200% just in the past week. MyCrypto.com, they had some news that came out. We'll get to that. Veritasium, not too sure. Basic Attention, there's been a lot of speculation about Coinbase. Plus, people are starting to get excited about different ways to advertise online. Nexo as well, doing very well. Wax, PundiX, Salt, MadeSafe, Ethereum Classic, and Tezos all up as well. Now, as far as Ravencoin, you can see right here, it's up 200% in just the week alone, 300% in this month. Obviously, CZ announced it. Some people hadn't heard about it. We actually covered Ravencoin on the channel back in April. Actually, recommended it on a top buy list. But at the time, I was more focused on the fact that it was, ASIC resistant, fair. We were kind of more focused on the mining aspects of it because remember, it didn't have an ICO. But now it seems like a lot of people are getting super excited about it. But the one thing that is pretty interesting is it says right here that Ravencoin is nothing new but a Bitcoin fork created in January which aims to revolutionize the way assets are exchanged. According to the Ravencoin white paper, the coin is ASIC resistant and the platform will create a full asset-aware protocol level system allowing users to issue assets similar to Ethereum ERC20 tokens. It says while the idea is not new, the Ravencoin team seems to have a new approach towards the token-based blockchain. According to their white paper, assets created on the Raven protocol have several advantages. They are easier to use, tightly integrated with a native coin, and secured with fair proof of work mining and open source code, not run by a centralized organization. So it seems a combination of both that plus the Binance listing has a lot of people excited today. But of course, we're most excited, clearly, for Bitcoin Air, guys. Come on. Bitcoin Air, the lightweight, transparent, extremely fast. This is Air. So if you want to get some Bitcoin Air or XAP, you're going to need to either hold Bitcoin or hold Peercoin, because it looks like Bitcoin Air is going to be a merge fork between Peercoin and Bitcoin. So get your Air Bitcoin or your Bitcoin Air. Anyway, I'm half kidding, but seriously, I mean, if you're holding Bitcoin, it's a free airdrop, you know what I mean? So anyway, if we look at what's going on, we find ourselves in the same little wedge that we've been in, nothing too exciting on the charts going on. Now, let's talk about Tom Lee. So we had spoke about Heidi from Crypto Tips. She did the interview with Tom Lee from Fundstrat last week. It was a really good interview. Like I said, I was interested in his comparison between speculation in traditional markets versus speculation in crypto. And even though crypto tends to kind of get a bad rap for being overly speculative space, it actually turns out that more people are using crypto, for daily transactions versus speculation than people using gold, for example, right? Like people aren't actually using gold. They're just kind of speculating on it. So, okay. Anyway, so he says that he still thinks that we could have a $25,000 Bitcoin again because he says that people are simply too bearish. He says what happens is people get bearish because it makes sense. The market conditions have been terrible and we are under our 200-day moving average. However, he says that they just published a report that pointed out to their clients that when Bitcoin is under the 200-day, it only goes up 50% of the time in the next 6 months. But when it's above the 200-day, it is up 80% of the time in the next 6 months. So the trend implied by the 20-day is obviously very important. So I just wanted to kind of bring that up. Now, he also points out right here that according to research, by the end of the year, the break-even cost of mining one Bitcoin will rise to between $8,000 and $9,000. It's a little lower right now. So he says, while this could be grounds for Bitcoin to rise slightly, the New York-based analyst added that Bitcoin often trades at over 2 times its break even, hence his bullish prediction of 20,000 plus for Bitcoin. Now, getting off of price predictions, did you guys see Shark Tank last night? My dad literally called me because he, anytime they talk about crypto or he hears about like Fidelity or Bakkt or something, he always like texts me and gives me a call like, hey, did you see they're talking about crypto? That's how we like bond and stuff. So anyway, he texted me. last night, and he's texting me frantically to check this out. So I go there and I'm watching, and so it's this guy, and he's doing this thing, Bundle. Essentially, Bundle was like, it's like keep the change, like what they have for Bank of America. So you swipe your card. If you pay for something, it's $6.50. They round it up to $7, and then they invest that 50 cents into the crypto of your choice. He ended up basically taking a deal for $100,000 for 50% of the company. Mr. Wonderful got in on that deal, but a lot of the other sharks, they ended up passing on it. Actually, Lori said, I'm still on the fence, on the crypto fence, so I'm out, right? And you have Digital Lawrence saying, wait. Actually, somebody down here made a good point too, hardware wallets, because they were talking about you can't sell crypto on QVC, but you could sell hardware wallets. But anyway, the point being is that, yeah, okay, so you might still be on the fence about it, but here's something to take note, right? So you have 888,888 ETH, roughly $183 million was transferred to an unknown Binance wallet. Now, I'm not here for the conspiracy. I'm actually here to point out that $183 million was moved with a fee of roughly 6 cents. Roughly 6 cents to move $183 million. So where can you do that anywhere else in the world? And I also wanted to say, hey, why trust nerd money versus central bank money? Nerds brought you the internet. Banks brought you the Great Depression. Thank you, Andreas. Thank you. Now, one of the other things I wanted to point out was there are becoming a lot of alternatives to what we've been using traditionally. We're seeing a lot of people get sick of Facebook. A lot of people get sick of these centralized databases, hacking your stuff, or, getting hacked. People are taking your information. They're selling your information for money. So look at all these different alternatives that we have just here. Just to give you a few examples. I mean, yeah, people really aren't using them yet, but they're there. We just have to get that network adoption. You have DTube, BitTube, Flixo, Twitter. You have Peepeth for Facebook. You have Minds. I actually wanted to hit the guys up at Minds and do a little bit of an interview with them because I am interested in these alternatives to social platforms. You also have Presearch instead of Google, Brave browser instead of Chrome, Steemit instead of Medium. For Twitch, we have DLive, Quora, Musing, Skype, Experty. Okay, so here's the list. You can just go down here. WhatsApp, Status, okay? Google Play, but Everpedia instead of Wikipedia. So there's all those options as well. Now, here's something I wanted to move on. Really strange, though. This is a little bit of a segue. So I'm really big on blockchain voting. That's something that I think is a great thing for blockchain, right? Voting on the blockchain, it's immutable, it's whatever. So now they're saying that they're not too sure. So you have these 3 researchers from the Initiative for Cryptocurrencies and Contracts, or you just call it the IC3. They're questioning whether, as some proponents claim, that blockchain tech will be able to change the internet voting sector for the better. So in an article published by Business Insider, they argue that while blockchain technology might serve to revolutionize other industries, internet voting might be a sector that doesn't benefit from the technology at all and could potentially even be harmed by it. Now, these are not my words. I'm just reading an article. I've been a proponent for blockchain voting. I mean, Horizon State and all these other guys, right? ClearPoll. But this is what they say. While voting from a smartphone seems like a logical technological development, many cybersecurity experts have pointed out that it's much more complicated than one might believe. While the convenience of online voting might lead to more participation, many in the cyberspace would come to the same conclusion as Ron Rivest, a professor at MIT and board member of Verified Voting. So he said voting is too important to put online. Blockchain technology is known to be extremely secure, but the researchers point out that this doesn't mean that most hardware and software are not themselves vulnerable. This is a good point. This is kind of a situation that I had with the oracles as well, kind of like with what Chainlink is doing, What happens if the data coming in is corrupted, right? I mean, the blockchain is going to be like, well, this is what we received, right? Stamp it on, send it off in the block, right? But what if that data is corrupt? That's something to think about. So they say the fact that blockchain is so secure might actually work against it. While it might sound counterintuitive, consider this. Just because the blockchain is secure, that certainly doesn't mean that the computing device used to vote in the election is hack-proof. It is a phone. If a phone is infected with malware that switches your vote at the last minute, the blockchain will record the vote safely, but it will obviously not be the right vote. As a result, the entire election could be compromised in this manner. So there's also the possibility of vote buying, but I mean, that's kind of pushing it. I mean, you could buy votes in the real world too. I mean, they say right here, some people have been persuaded to buy votes for less than a cup of coffee because some people just don't really care and they'll just do whatever. So interesting article. Let me know. I'll drop this in the description. Please let me know how you feel about this. I see where they're coming from. And I think this is where it's going to become that trusted hardware solution. I think that hardware is going to be very important in crypto. That's why I'm a proponent of these guys like High Performance Blockchain, or even what they're doing with PunDX and having their own, point of sale. I mean, if they can get their devices secure, I mean, that's one of the reasons why people could diss on Apple and whatever. Listen, the thing is the reason why Apple products tend to work so seamlessly is because you have the hardware and the software both working together in unison. Whereas when, with Windows, you basically are just downloading it onto a hardware device, and there's always those little issues together. So let me know about that. Definitely caught my attention. Now let's get on to some coin news because we got places to be. It's Monday. So Monero fees have fallen to almost zero after the bulletproof upgrade. So according to data published by BitInfo Charts, average Monero fees fell from roughly 54 cents to about 2 cents per transaction. So that's a 96% drop. And then it says, alongside bulletproofs, the hard fork contained other features intended to improve privacy on the platform, as well as new code to deter manufacturers from building specialized mining hardware for Monero. Now, here is the news that we had from Crypto.com. Why I think that MCO Visa card came out, so that's probably why that they were up today. So basically, these came out in Singapore. Everyone's getting really excited about it. Essentially, you can buy, sell, store, send, and track crypto, and it allows users to spend fiat currency that's converted from cryptocurrency without currency exchange fees. So essentially, you're really just converting. You're not really actually P2P using it, but hey, it's a step, Now, I know we're just excited for the rest of us. I'm sure the EU is excited, and I highly doubt the US will ever see the damn card, but if it ever does, I'm pumped for it as well. Although I'm sure if the US does, they probably won't allow it in New York because New York just... I don't know what it is with New York, but anyway, if you're in New York, you feel the pain. You feel the crypto pain. Now, let's also talk about Particle. They had an update 0.17.0.2. I'm not going to go into it. Long story short, it fixes issues with your ledger on Mac OS. So, long story short, if you had issues, you're not going to have them anymore. We also have Web3 Foundation and Chainlink announcing a partnership into Polkadot's technology roadmap, and it recommends that the team in the Web 3.0 ecosystem will leverage Chainlink's Oracle system for smart contracts. So, for its part, Chainlink plans to create an implementation for the Polkadot project, making a large amount of off-chain data feeds, various APIs, and traditional payment services available to all contracts on the Polkadot network. So I actually was just talking about oracles related to data, blockchain voting, but here is something from them. They say oracles are a critical component of the Web 3.0 ecosystem. So this is the director from W3F. He says, enabling a new wave of exciting decentralized applications that require access to real-world data on the blockchain. Chainlink is building open standards and solutions for oracles, and we are excited to align our roadmaps to make it easy to leverage oracles on the Polkadot network. Over the long term, we intend to drive the development of an Oracle parachain together with the Chainlink team. And the one thing that I actually like that Chainlink is doing is I was very concerned about the data they were going to be receiving from these oracles, but it looks like they're going to be pulling it from multiple data sources, so that way if one of the sources has corrupt data, they don't have just this one kind of bottleneck fail point, right? So they're sort of going to take all the data aggregated, put it together, and then be able to come up with the data that they're going to send through the oracles. So yeah, have a look at Chainlink if you guys don't know what it is. It's definitely a pretty cool project. Moving on, let's talk about Neo. It's been a while. I mean, we do talk about Neo. We used to talk about Neo a lot more, but I'm pretty excited. I know most people are excited about this. One of the biggest things that people constantly complain about is Neo being too centralized. So now they say that one of the largest telecom service providers in the Netherlands, KPN, has been officially voted in as a Neo mainnet consensus Node. So there you go. Just one more step on the road to decentralization from the neo-smart economy. Speaking of economies, let's talk about the new economy movement, NEM. So they have recently signed an MOU with the UAE Ministry of Community Development, or MOCD. So the Cooperation Pact enables NEM to offer consultation services to the MOCD on their future blockchain projects. The agreement also allows NEM to share valuable information on its blockchain research and develop on various applications that could be integrated into UAE's information technology systems. The UAE aims to be fully digital government by 2019. So in a couple months? Anyway, so NEM Foundation is also launching new blockchain hubs in Melbourne and Vietnam to expand its research and development operations. The foundation has also reached an agreement with a Las Vegas strip called Kind Heaven to become their blockchain partner. Very, very interesting. They're up 10% on the day, so there you go. But let's talk about some adoption and get on out of here. So we have the largest port in Europe. The port of Rotterdam has partnered with major Dutch bank ABN AMRO and the IT subsidiary of Samsung to test blockchain for shipping. So according to Samsung SDS, the IT and tech division created by Samsung, the trial will focus on shipping containers from an unnamed factory in Asia to the port of Rotterdam. So as per the Port of Rotterdam Authority CFO Paul Smith, the logistics in shipping from China to Rotterdam with current infrastructure involves at least 28 parties. The members of blockchain trial expect that the technology could help reduce time spent on shipment and simplify financial transactions. The transportation monitoring and financing of freight and services should be just as easy as ordering a book online. So there you go, guys. That is more adoption. And honestly, on the bright side, hey, I don't even know how to segue into this, honestly. But yeah, I mean, look at this person right here. So they just spent $3,200 on Mega Millions, which is basically everything that they had in their bank account. So I don't really even know why I'm bringing this up. I just think it's crazy. I actually bought some tickets myself. I ended up winning $20. So I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. But it kind of just made me laugh because, people say, you invest in crypto and it's speculative and you're throwing your money away. But, you're almost guaranteed not to basically win the lotto. So I don't know. Anyway, if that didn't make you happy, guys, check it out. I found a Dogecoin race car of some sort. So yeah, there you go. Anyway, that being said, guys, I want to say thank you so much for coming back to my channel. It's Monday. We're still here. We're back on the grind. We're doing our thing. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for everybody that keeps liking, subscribing, commenting, supporting. You guys are really freaking awesome. It's just an honor and a pleasure to be here with you every single day. That being said, my name's K-Dub. This is Crypto Zombie. Until next time, stay crypto and peace out.